Dexter and I made the choice to enroll the girls into the virtual homeschool program back in, well, for the summer of 2019. We decided that that was going to be a better option for us. We love their teachers that are at their school district, assigned school district, I should say. We really like them. The girls were having a lot of issues with other classmates, and some of the curriculum, especially coming from Michigan to Florida, was quite different as well. And the girls had some challenges that they had to try to take on. So we asked the girls if they felt that virtual homeschool or regular homeschool was going to be a better option. So with everything going on since my car accident, then it's been one of those that we felt that with all of my medical appointments and everything going on, we're going to have a wacky schedule, and trying to be consistent for the girls with a schedule that was built for the school district was not going to be one that would be appropriate for us. So that was our choice. That was our choosing. We were able to have plenty of time to prepare ourselves for this, especially since now I work from home. I was very overwhelmed, not even starting the school year just yet, but over the summer, just thinking about it, I was completely overwhelmed and trying to figure out, how am I going to do this? And am I going to be a good enough teacher? Am I going to be a good enough mom? Am I going to be good enough wife still? Am I going to be good enough for everything and still be able to do my job and keep my sanity with everything too? So going into adapting a different lifestyle for us as a family was a lot to take on, but it was a positive way because this is what we wanted. So I am hoping to offer some tips and advice that might be beneficial for you and for your family. Let's get started with everything, okay? All right, so one of the very first things that I want to talk about is to create a schedule. This is a schedule that is going to work for you as a family. This has helped me as someone who deals with anxiety and, all kinds of stuff anyways, to be able to have some of that control of being able to structure a schedule for our benefit as a family has been so much easier. Just seriously, we're not getting upset because we're not at the door by 8-10 in the morning, and then having to, make sure that, the girls are up, and if they're not feeling well, can we take them to school? How much are they going to miss out? What's going on at school? What's going on with their friends? Or have they made any friends? It's removed all of that for us, which has been so nice. To start off with, I was still getting adjusted to a lot of modifications personally for me that I had to go through, then adapting my work schedule that I was already accustomed to, being able to work if the girls were at school, and I would be able to walk to go pick them up from school and things like that. To now having them there all of the time. So I began working out in the living room, is where I had my laptop and everything set up originally. And it just was such a chaotic mess. It really, really was. And I spoke with one of their teachers and asked them, because let me interrupt real quick. So the virtual homeschool program actually has teachers that the girls talk to, and they have online classrooms that the girls can attend. So there's stuff for them to do offline, and then there's stuff for them to do online. And a lot of these classes too will have other students that they can communicate with, and they can do one-on-one sessions with their teachers, and it's really nice that way. So I reached out to one of their teachers, expressed my concern, asking, what is going on with everything, like what am I doing wrong, things like that. And she goes, well, don't you have a schedule? And I thought, well, it's just one of those of, if I'm able to get up and function and everyone's still alive type of schedule, then yeah. Obviously that was not the best option because it was not working for us whatsoever. So I had to tap into my mom's organizational skills, and the teacher also told me to go ahead and purchase a dry erase board. So what I did was I purchased a dry erase weekly board, and because the girls have their favorite colors, I went ahead and I purchased a variety of colors for the dry erase calendar. So for example, Charlotte likes purple, so her schedule is written in purple. Shelby likes pink, her schedule is written in pink. For myself, my appointments and such are written in green. For Dexter, his are written in orange. Anything that comes up where it involves both girls, then we do the color blue so that they both know, okay, well, we have to attend this lesson together. And that has been very, very helpful. We have been able to structure it in such a way that as soon as the girls get up the day before school, they already see their schedule. Like they already know what's coming up for the next day. And it kind of gives them a sense of calm and peace, just knowing, okay, well, I have this going on. So for tomorrow, I have to do a live lesson with one of my teachers. I'll be meeting with her online, and, I got to be ready, like at that computer by 10:25, and the lesson starts at 10:30. So that's been something that's been really, really helpful. So in your situation that you're in right now, if this is brand new to you with everything, what you can do is you can either pick times and say, okay, well, at 9:30, we're going to start everything. And this is the time that we're going to do language arts, and this is the time that we're going to do math, and this is the time we're going to do social studies. For us, it's been one of those that the girls actually go in order, because sometimes a lesson does not take a full 40 minutes to 60 minutes. It might just take, it might just be a review for an upcoming test that they're doing. And if that's the case, it moves a lot quicker. So I've removed all the times and just had it in a certain order. So it's made it a lot better for us as a family to be able to operate that way, especially since Dexter works outside of the house and his schedule fluctuates a little bit here and there. Then I can base my things on what I need to do and, the available time and everything like that as well. You have to take care of yourself first. I know this might sound a bit selfish. When you structure this schedule right now, you have got to take care of you first and foremost, so that way you can get everything done that you need to get done, and that way you can be more attentive to your family, to your child that you're caring for whatever is going on. When it comes to my work schedule, for example, the girls know on the board from this time to this time I'm working, and that's it. So earlier I spoke about having my computer and everything set up in the living room. Well, I have now transferred it into our bedroom, and this is my office. So when the door is closed, it means I'm busy working. You have to make sure to be able to have your time to be able to get your work done. That was something else that I had trouble with, was that I kept being at the beck and call for the girls because I wanted to make sure that I was on top of everything, and that if they had any questions, I was right there, I could answer everything. And come to find out, they started getting kind of lazy. And instead of trying to look for the answers or asking questions when we're going through a lesson or things like that, then they just thought that since I'm there, I could just give them the answers. So we had to put a stop to that because I had to let them know that, listen, this is the time that we're going over everything. This is the time that we're doing these lessons. This is the time that, we can do this or we can do that. And again, in regards to time-wise, the only structured time frame that Dexter and I have are our scheduled work sessions. Everything else is open and available. So, for example, I might be, even though I'm on my work schedule or what I have put aside time for myself to be able to work, I'm still open and available for the girls because they're still going to have some lessons. They're still going to have questions. They're still going to be, needing that guidance and that structure for learning to be able to be successful with all of this going on. So with that being said, make sure you set up some boundaries. Make sure that you have a place that you can call your office if you're working from home. In other words, if you're used to working outside of the home and now you have to bring everything inside, just make sure that you have a place that you can really set aside as your own. For those who have been working at home, whether you've just been full-time stay-at-home mom, full-time stay-at-home dad, parent, caregiver, whichever, or you've been working remotely from home, some of the dynamics may have changed for you as well, especially if your children were at a public or private school. So make sure you set up those guidelines. Make sure that you have a place that you can call your own. And then as the days progress, you as a family will be able to figure out what works best for you and your kids that you're helping along and how you can still be productive at work. So the next thing I want to talk about is be flexible. Things are going to happen. For example, when Shelby was sick and we, she couldn't go to her regular public school at that time for the 2018-2019 year. And, it's one of those that it kind of throws everything off. And then, is it, she didn't have a fever, how is she feeling? We got to keep her home, things like that. The nice thing about this is that, let's say that, for example, Charlotte wakes up and she has a headache and she's not feeling good. Then she can still get her rest and we can restructure the day around what she is capable of doing and what we as parents and caregivers are capable of providing for them as well. So be flexible with it. Don't be hard on yourself if you have to change things or you don't get the load of laundry done. Remember, little laundries will always be there for you. So you'll never be alone with that. All right, let's go on to the next thing. All right, communication is key. Don't be afraid to talk to your kiddos. Of course, age-appropriate conversations, you've got to keep in mind with everything too. So just be open and be able to communicate, something that the girls and I enjoy doing now, especially since Dexter gets up early to go to work. We typically have our own little girls' breakfast at the dining room table, and it's just the three of us. And sometimes it lasts for about 20 minutes, sometimes it lasts for about 40 minutes, but it's just that time, that bond that we have to kind of get our day started and get ready and, talk about things that are coming up and things like that. So enjoy this time and be open, communicate. All right. Something that I don't know why I did not even think about this, but we were having difficulties with the girls getting a bit more exhausted and things like that too. So make sure, take a break. One of the things that we do is after every lesson that the girls complete, they set a timer for 10 minutes and they go and play or they read or they draw. There is no TV time and there's no time to go on their tablets and play online. This is strictly just unwinding and getting ready for the next lesson that they have to do. So it's a transitional period, which is really nice. I'm horrible at taking my own advice, but as a parent and caregiver, you've got to take a break for yourself too. And I'm horrible with it. But, You have to get up, you got to stretch, interact with the kids. So this leads me to the next point, is how to handle physical education. So going for a walk, having the kids ride their bicycles, be able to exercise. If you're not able to go outside, there are so many different programs on YouTube that are for free that you can do, like kids yoga, or they can do all kinds of different little activities. There are a bunch of programs on there, and that's something that the kids and I have done too. For me, I have to really watch everything and listen to what my physical therapist says. But there are times that I'm able to join in with the girls. And, if it's, for example, it's yoga and, we're able to do a pose together or something like that. So it's been nice to do that too. So don't be afraid, try different things. And also too, if you are slammed with a project with work, or you've got to get something done around the house, don't be afraid to let the TV or the computer run for these 20, 30 minutes or an hour of the physical education stuff. Now, an hour is going to be a tough one with the kiddos, but for us, it's usually 15, 20 minutes. And then from there, we usually go for a walk when Dexter gets home and things like that too. So that way we meet the required 150 minutes per week of required PE time for the state of Florida. So get creative, go out for walks, and just enjoy your time together. Go rollerblading, go roller skating, go skateboarding. Yeah. Anyways, co-parent with others. I know you can do this. It's so cool. If there is something that you need to get done at home and you know of another parent that is a great artist, don't be afraid to get your little group together, your little pod, and ask that parent or caregiver if they can do a 30-minute or an hour session of art class. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular, but your kids are still learning and another adult is there helping to teach them something while you're able to go and get some other things done. So that's what happens with our online classes that the girls take, is whenever they have a whole group live lesson, for example, then that's the time that I know that they're taken care of. Their teacher is working with them, and I can dedicate myself for an hour on my work. And the girls, if they have questions, things like that, their teacher is right there to go ahead and ask them. So don't be afraid. Ask some other parents. Maybe some are artists. Maybe someone can do a writing session. Maybe some are musicians where you can go ahead and create your own little band group pod. Be creative. Think outside of the box or out of your four walls, and explore. Go beyond. Keep co-parenting, and also it kind of gives you some sanity too. And don't be afraid to take on that responsibility for yourself. If you have a natural talent for something and you want to help out too, exchange. Go ahead and rotate. Tell your pod, hey, listen, so-and-so is going to go ahead and do art on Monday at 9:00 in the morning. I can take on music class on Thursdays at 6 p.m. And, just little things like that, or karate class or something. So that way it helps you out and helps out other parents too. So that way we just help each other. One of the biggest things, most importantly, enjoy this time together. This past school year has been such a blessing for the girls and I, and for Dexter and the girls, and for ourselves as a family. In Michigan, we loved our school up there, and we made so many friends up there, and the teachers up there were phenomenal. And then coming down to Florida, the teachers that were at their elementary school were phenomenal as well. It just, other aspects were not a good fit. So being able to have the girls at home with us has been actually a de-stressor. I'm not gonna lie, there are times where it's just like, oh my gosh, seriously. But that's only about 5% of the time. The other 95% is phenomenal. enjoy that time. Enjoy this time together. Learn new things with the kids. Don't be afraid to be goofy or silly or, whatever. All right. Thanks a bunch. I appreciate you. Remember to like and subscribe. Share with all of your other friends too. That way maybe we can try to get some other people involved. And don't be afraid to talk to the teachers. Email the teachers. Or those who have been in education, or some of the teenagers or college students are actually offering free sessions too. So if you are unfamiliar with a class, for example, math, don't be afraid to reach out to the teachers, ask them for some one-on-one, or if there is someone who can assist you as well, don't be afraid. Just reach out and you would be surprised as to how much help that you can find. All right, I'll be quiet. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you later.